Namaste, konnichiwa. Say konnichiwa. Well, konnichiwa. And for our Japanese friends, please say kemcho. Kemcho. Yoshida-san? Kemcho. Yes. So, Gujarat, kemcho and konnichiwa. These are two terms which are a great bonding between Gujarat and Japan. And therefore, we always begin the program with our theme song, as we call, Kemche Konnichiwa. So let us enjoy that. You all can join. Kemche Konnichiwa. This is something which has crossed frontiers from Gujarat to Japan. Whenever we have such gatherings, this has become like our theme song. We are very happy to welcome on this very special occasion. And as I was briefly mentioning, for the benefit of my delegates, this is going to be a great bonanza of 3 sessions that we are going to have. The first session on the Japanese business in Gujarat and Gujarat-Japan business relations, how they have strengthened over the years. The second session is going to talk about the Japanese work culture, the Suzuki way. And the third session is going to be a very special felicitatory session for our friends who have come all the way from Shizuoka Prefecture and Hamamatsu City from Japan, which is the global headquarters of Suzuki. Actually, when we think of Suzuki, it has become synonymous with Japanese business culture. Because if we think of one corporate culture in terms of the Japanese, which has had the longest presence in our country, starting from 1982, it is 42 years when Suzuki and Maruti, they came in this tie-up. And for the last 7 years now, this bonding has taken strong roots anchored in the state of Gujarat. So this is one occasion when we are going to have these 3 sessions. I would like to start straight away with the first session and welcome and introduce our 3 distinguished speakers. We are very pleased and privileged that the keynote address for this session is going to be delivered by the first secretary from the Embassy of Japan in India, Mr. Junichiro Suzuki, who is a specialist from the MITI, Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry. Junichiro-san, we are extremely grateful to you for making, as they say, like a day trip. People go from Tokyo to Osaka and return back in the evening. So that's what he's doing. He's come from Delhi and he's going back to Delhi by the end of the day. He's so busy, but thank you so much for coming here. And on behalf of the Ahmedabad Management Association, I would like to take this opportunity to present a small souvenir, as we call the Atal Bridge, to you, sir. We are going to have a very absorbing presentation, because when you think of business with Japan, the real catalyst is what we always know as JETRO, the powerful JETRO, Japan External Trade Organization, as it is popularly referred to. And we have a very dynamic Director General, JETRO Ahmedabad, Mr. Yu Yoshida. Please welcome him. And I would request the Chairman of our Economic Cooperation Council, Mr. Yatindra Sharma, to present the Atal Bridge to Yoshida-san. Friends, as Yoshida-san will explain, JETRO has been playing a key role in the development of business and industry here in Gujarat. And what they have done over all these years will be very nicely unfolded by him. So he is going to talk on the role of JETRO in promoting Japanese investment in Gujarat. Friends, we are also equally privileged. As you know, the nodal agency of the government of Gujarat, whenever you think in terms of international business, is the Industrial Extension Bureau. And making a presentation today on Gujarat-Japan, growth of bilateral economic relations, we are going to have a very lovely presentation by Dr. Manish Shah, General Manager of the Industrial Extension Bureau from Gandhinagar. And I would request Mr. Divyesh Radia, the Vice President of the Indo-Japan Friendship Association and also past President of AMA, to present the Atal Bridge to him. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Without coming in between, I just want to tell our friends, we have had an overwhelming response to this participation at this very special occasion of the symposium on the Japanese work culture and the Gujarat-Japan business relations. So may I now request and call upon Mr. Junichiro Suzuki, First Secretary, to please deliver his keynote address. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Delegation from Shizuoka Prefecture and Hamamatsu City, Japan, distinguished speakers and participants, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, konnichiwa, namaskar, kemche. Mera naam Junichiro Suzuki hai. 皆様こんにちは、在インド日本国大使館の鈴木純一郎と申します。本日はどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。インドへお越しいただきありがとうございます。My name is Junichiro Suzuki, Trade and Commercial Attaché Embassy of Japan in India. First of all, thank you very much for the invitation and the opportunity to deliver a speech at this quite interesting symposium, Japan Work Culture, the Suzuki Way. I have been in my current position in India since last June, seconded from Japanese government, Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, called METI, M-E-T-I. Before that, I was seconded to Invest India, Indian governmental investment promotion organization, where I worked for 2 years. The Embassy of Japan in India is pleased to announce that based on Prime Minister Modi's proposal, the months of September and October 2024, this year, will be designated as Japan Month and will include seminars, social events, and other events focusing on economic relations between Japan and India. Today's this symposium is one of the curtain raisers of the Japan Month event. So today, I'd like to take this opportunity to explain the current status of and the future of Japan-India relations. I would like to emphasize first how important the Japan-India relationship is, and second, how Japanese companies have contributed to the Indian economy and society, and third, how much potential there is in the Japan-India relationship. So first, I'd like to touch upon the importance of the Japan-India relation. Japan and India enjoy a special partnership, which is global and strategic. It is underpinned by fundamental values such as freedom, democracy, and the rule of law, as well as common strategic interests. Japan-India relations have grown dramatically under the leadership of two visionary leaders, the late Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The special partnership between our two countries has been pushed to an unprecedented level, both strategically and globally. Prime Minister Kishida has continued this policy and is committed to further develop the India-Japan relationship. In March 2022, Prime Minister Kishida visited India on his first bilateral foreign visit since assuming office. The leaders of India and Japan have visited India and Japan 3 times each since that time. We look forward to the next round of reciprocal visits between the leaders in the near future in this year. During Prime Minister Kishida's visit to Delhi in March 2022, he and Prime Minister Modi agreed to a 5 trillion yen target of public and private investment and financing from Japan to India in the next 5 years, which is equivalent to 33 billion US dollars. More than 2 years have passed since then. The target is expected to be achieved at a record pace. Next, I'd like to emphasize how much Japan is contributing to the Indian economy and society. Looking at FDI in India, Japanese companies have continued to invest in India, with cumulative investment from 2000 to last year reaching 38.3 billion US dollars, ranking second in the world, excluding tax haven countries, with 1,400 companies and 4,900 bases, contributing to the development of India's manufacturing sector led by the automotive sector. It is no exaggeration to say that the commitment of Japanese companies in India began with Suzuki Motors in early 80s. Also, Suzuki has brought a group of suppliers to India, which has created an ecosystem of Japanese companies in India. Remarkably, Suzuki produces 2 million vehicles a year in India and plan to expand its production scale to 4 million vehicles by 2030. The scale of Suzuki's car production is already the same size as that of Thailand, but it will double. After seeing Suzuki's success, other Japanese companies realized that it is possible to succeed in the Indian market and began to expand. Now, Japanese investment in India is diverse. Needless to say, automobile and motorcycle led by Maruti Suzuki, and Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Yamaha, and others. And construction machinery led by Kubota and Tata, Hitachi. And air conditioner by Daikin, and home appliance by Panasonic, and TV by Sony, and apparel by Uniqlo, and beverage by Yakult. They have become a familiar presence in India. According to survey by the Japan Bank for International Cooperation, JBIC, in 2023, India has topped the list of promising countries for the next 3 years for the second consecutive year, surpassing China. Recently, a lot of SME, small and medium enterprises, have been making business trips to India. Business mission by local government and local business associations from various regions of Japan to visit India are also increasing. During the past year, about 20 local business missions were dispatched to India, so we look forward to the entry of a lot more Japanese SMEs into the Indian market in the future. I also would like to touch upon ODA, Japanese ODA, which is an important element of the Japan-India economy. India is Japan's largest recipient of yen loans, providing 5.4 billion in fiscal year 2023. Japan is also the largest bilateral donor country for India. Following its support for the Delhi Metro project 20 years ago, the Japanese government has supported the construction of metro line in Mumbai, Bengaluru, Kolkata, Chennai, and Ahmedabad here. I dream that in the not too distant future, a bullet train, Shinkansen, will run across the Indian continent starting from Ahmedabad. Lastly, I would like to talk about the potential of Japan-India relations. Cooperation between Japan and India is progressing in new fields such as EVs, semiconductors, and renewable energy. Suzuki's overall approach to carbon neutrality in India is to proceed with multi-pathway approach, combining electrification with battery EVs and hybrid EVs, as well as CNG vehicles, biofuel vehicles, and hydrogen-based mobility. I heard that Suzuki will introduce 6 battery EV models by 2030 to contribute to achieving carbon neutrality. First global strategic model will be manufactured in India and will be introduced not only India, but also Japan, Europe, and the rest of the world from 2025. In the field of semiconductors, in July 2023, the government of Japan and India signed Memorandum of Understanding on the Semiconductor Supply Chain Partnership, which aim to strengthen cooperation between Japan and India for semiconductor supply chain. Renesas Electronics, Japanese semiconductor manufacturer, has announced an investment in a semiconductor plant in Sanand, Gujarat. Like such, semiconductor area in which Japanese company may participate from variety of perspectives, including manufacturing equipment, chemicals, and logistics or infrastructure. In the field of renewable energy, investment and financing through JBIC and JICA have been active. The Indian government is keen on the production of the green hydrogen and the green ammonia. And the Japanese companies such as IHI and JERA are also showing interest and are trying to commercialize hydrogen and ammonia co-firing at thermal power plants in Japan and abroad. I also would like to touch upon the huge potential of personnel exchange. Actually, Japan has a declining birth rate and aging population, which means that the country will need help from foreign personnel. And there is a serious shortage of IT personnel. A past report by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry estimated that Japan will have a shortage of 450,000 IT workers by 2030. This figure could be even worse. India's excellent IT personnel and companies are indispensable to the world. Japan's IT companies, Fujitsu, NTT Data, Sony, Mercari, and others have established new research centers in India, and Rakuten is hiring thousands of people locally. On the other hand, there are still only 40,000 Indian residents in Japan. This is very small compared to the number of citizens of India's neighboring country residing in Japan. However, the number of Indian travelers to Japan is rapidly increasing. In May of this year, the number of visitors to Japan from India reached 29,000. That is a 62% increase over the same month last year, and a new record for a single month. I was just back in Japan in June and met many Indian people, including my friend, in various parts of Japan. So talking with young Indian people, I feel that they are familiar with Japanese content and culture, such as animation, comic, and video games. Also in Japan, Bollywood movies such as RRR are very popular. And Indian food and yoga are becoming increasingly popular. I feel that we are entering a new era, and hopefully breakthrough will happen in the near future.